Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to KayKademy, and in this video I'll be teaching you how to download and install BackBox Linux 5.2 on VMware Workstation Pro 14 in 2019. So the first thing you're going to do is to head over to www.backbox.org here, and then when you're here, go down to BackBox Linux right here. And then when you're here, you could just go to download, and then you click on download. And then depending on your computer architecture, you could either choose this one right here or this one right here. So since my computer has a 64-bit architecture, I'll pick this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to click this and then go to ISO. And then you can choose to donate if you want to, but if you don't want to, then you could just put this at 0, and then you just click on enter. Make sure that this box is you're in this box, and then you just click on enter, and then it asks you if you want to download this file, which is this right here. So you can download this if you want to. Well, I mean, you have to, because you have to install it, right? But since I already have this downloaded, I'm just going to click on cancel. Then I'm going to head over to VMware, create a new virtual machine, and then you click on next. And then you go here, and then you go to the directory that you stored the the file. So this is where I have the file, so I'm just going to click on open, and then I'm going to click on next. Here you're going to choose Ubuntu 64-bit as it's here. Usually sometimes it's not going to be here, so you're just going to select it yourself and then click on next. And then you can select the path. I'm just going to select a different path here. Alright, so here you can select the name. I'm just going to say BackBox, and then click on next. And here I'm just going to give it 15 gigs of memory, so storage. So 15 gigs should be the minimum. Anything less than, I think, 12 or 15, it's not going to install. So just click on 15 or more. Just select 15 or more, and then I'm going to click on next. You can customize the hardware if you want to, but you can change the RAM, the processor. You could use another image, but since I already have the correct image in the correct path, make sure you have the correct path or it won't install. You can select the network. You can do all this. And then you can select the printer if you feel like, and it said something here. But this is not going to be for this video, it's going to be for maybe some other time. So you're going to click on close, and then you're going to click on finish. And then this comes up. So you click on power on this virtual machine, and then it might take some time depending on your computer, but nonetheless I'm going to pause this until it's done. So alright, so we have this has come up, and this is supposed to be for you to explore BackBox. And I'm just going to open up the terminal, just to show you something. So here we notice BackBox at BackBox. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to change this BackBox right here, because this represents the username. When we're installing, you'll see something called username, and then you see something called computer's name, and I'm just gonna yeah. So you're gonna configure the computer's name, and the computer's name is gonna represent this name, this BackBox on the right of the @ symbol, and then the username is gonna represent the name at the left of the @ symbol. So I want you to keep this in mind, and since we've downloaded this, we're going to install this right now. So I'm just gonna double click this, and you can explore BackBox. It has a lot of tools. You could go here, here, here. You could just explore these things, and So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the BackBox Linux now. So I'm just going to double click on this CD icon right here. And then it might take some time depending on your computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video until it's done, so this video won't get too long. Alright, so we're going to click on the language. I'm going to choose English, but you can choose whatever language you speak or you're comfortable with. And then so here you can check these boxes if you feel like, but I'm not going to check these boxes. So I'm going to click on continue. And then here it's going to ask you, installation type, and then here you're gonna notice that this stuff has been installed already. So what this means is it's going to erase everything that's here. So if you have some sort of picture, or you have some pictures or documents or something else, while you were testing the BackBox, everything is gonna go, so the operating system can be installed. So this is not gonna install. This is not gonna erase your host machine. So I'm currently running on Windows. It's not gonna erase all my Windows files now. It's just gonna erase the files on this BackBox. If you have another operating system here, like maybe Ubuntu or I don't know, something else, it's not going to touch that either. It's only going to touch this BackBox right here. So I'm just going to click install now. And then I'm going to wait. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on continue. Alright, so if your computer internet is on, it's going to automatically check your IP address and then map out your location on the on this map right here. So you're going to click on continue if you're okay with this. If you're not okay with this, you can just click another location, like maybe Shanghai or Australia or Canada. Yeah, you can just click another location, or maybe Chile if you want to. But then you're just gonna click on continue. Alright, so it's gonna ask you for your keyboard layout. I'm just gonna click on English UK because my computer keyboard is set to English UK. So you're just gonna click on continue, or you could just test it right here. Or you could just click that keyboard layout. But I'm just going to click on continue. You should know your keyboard layout. It helps. Alright, so I said before that this BackBox, the first one meant the username, and then the second one meant the computer's name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, your name. You're going to enter your name, whatever your name is, John Doe, Jane Doe, whatever your name is. So, or you could just only type your first name. So I'm going to just type Michael, because Michael is my first name. You can type your last name if you want to, but you can just leave it blank, and then your computer's name. So it's going to be what's on the right of this @ symbol right here. The reason I am doing this is so you don't do this twice, because some people end up doing this twice. So, and then when you log in as root user, it's going to be root at computer's name. So computer's name, I'm just going to say KayKademy, and then your username, you can just leave it at Michael or your name or something else, but I'm just going to leave it at Michael. Now you're going to choose a password. So I'm just going to say 1234 for now, but you could but you could change your password when you're logged in from the command prompt, the terminal. Yeah. 1234, and then 1234, and then you can just click on continue. But I recommend that you have a strong password. This should be the final step or something. Then it's going to install, I think. No, I know it's going to install. Alright, so it's copying the files. It's installing, basically. Usually something is supposed to come up here, so I guess we're just going to wait for it to come up. Alright, so it says welcome to BackBox, and then it says it's basically Ubuntu plus hacking tools. And BackBox is really awesome because, as you've pretty much noticed, this is an XFCE environment, which means it's lightweight, and it also has some few hacking tools. So one of the things I like about BackBox is that it's for beginners. If you're going into hacking, it's going to have these tools right here. As you can see, it has Metasploit, Beef, Wireshark, ZenMap, Set. It has a few tools, and it's Ubuntu based, which is pretty much the operating system for beginners. When you're going into Linux, people usually recommend that you start with Ubuntu, and then you have these hacking tools right here. You even have Tor browser installed. Then what else again? Yeah, you can also use BackBox as your everyday operating system, unlike Kali Linux, which is just for hacking. You could also use Parrot as your hacking and your everyday operating system. So, but BackBox is just very user friendly, and it doesn't have lots and lots of tools, so it's not as easy to get confused and just spoiled for choice, sort of, when you're using like Parrot and Kali. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave this to install, and I'm just gonna pause this video until it's done. This can take some time depending on your computer and all that stuff. So. Alright, so the installation is done and it took some time. So you could continue testing, or you could just restart your computer. So I'm gonna restart my computer now, and I'm gonna come back. So I'm gonna click that. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to just press enter, and then you're going to wait for it to install again. Sorry, I meant you're going to wait for it to boot up, not install again. So here we are. I'm just going to enter my password. I think it was 1234, and I hit login, and now it's going to boot up. Alright, so you can click on close, or you could run this action now. I think it's in conflict with the language or something. I'm just going to click on close. And the full screen, as you've noticed, is not exactly, activated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the VMware tools now. So what I'm going to do is I could update the operating system, first of all, and you can do that by typing sudo apt get update, and then when you hit enter, it asks you for the password, and then you give it the password, and then it's going to update the operating system. So I'm going to pause until this is done, and then I'm going to come back. So as you can see, it's updated successfully, and I forgot to mention, you need internet connection for this to work. So if it didn't work for you, then make sure you have internet connection. So we are going to go to the next section, which is to install VMware tools. So to do this, we're going to go here, VM, and then install VMware tools. And then this is it right here. So what we're going to do is, as we clicked on that, this came up. So make sure you copy this tar.gz file, and then you copy this, and then you paste it on the desktop. Which is paste right here. So you just paste it, and then you open up your terminal once more. And so what you're going to do is you're going to navigate to the desktop directory, and then now you're going to eject this file right here. So eject volume, because we have all we need, and then it should be ejected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let me see that. Alright, so we're going to list, and then we're going to change the permissions to execute, and now we can execute that. So we're going to do sudo and then tar -xbf, and then the name of the stuff, and then you put in your password, and then it extracts everything. So we're just gonna wait. So I'm going to clear the screen now, and then when you do ls, you notice that there is a new directory here. So we could just navigate to that directory, and then when we list, we see VMware. You see this green stuff right here. This is a Perl script. So, and then VMware install.pl, and then you press enter, and then you're going to press Y, and then you're just going to keep pressing enter, enter. You just continue pressing enter basically when it gives you such a prompt. So you just press enter once more. Yes. Okay, so we are gonna wait for this to load up. So you're going to press yes, enter basically. So once more, I'm going to pause until it's done. So when it's done installing, then this full screen effect is going to come back. And then for this to take full effect, all you're going to do is you're going to reboot your computer, and then it's going to take full effect. Alright, so we're here once again, and then you just put in your password. Alright, so we're here, and so what we're going to do is we can change the desktop background. I think it's here, because this just looks somewhat funny, and then we could change the background, and I think this is gonna be awesome for me. So I'm just gonna put that, and then it's changed. So now we're going to go to the next on the list, which is to configure the root user. So why are we going to do this? First of all, I'm going to show you how to enable full screen, like 100% full screen. So first of all, you enter full screen, and then from here, you go to view, and then you go to exclusive mode, and then enter exclusive mode. So this looks like you installed your operating system, like your main OS. This is just full screen, like 100%. So how do you exit out of this? So you press Control Alt, and then this comes back. So I'm just gonna go back to exclusive mode because it looks awesome. And yeah. So now I'm gonna press Control Alt T, and then I'm going to type sudo password, and then 1234, and then this is where you type the the new password for your super user, which is root user. So I'm just gonna leave it at 1234. Now you could type whatever you want, but I'm just gonna leave it at 1234. So now I'm just gonna type su minus, and then you give the password, and then now we're in root. So we could write, we could start doing our hacking here, as a root user, because when you're in, user, which is Michael in this case, using your, doing some hacking is just going to be a real pain, because you have to run many programs as a super user. So it's just a real pain. So it's going to be better to, just go in as a root user. When you're on a root user, then, it's just going to be a lot better and a lot faster. Okay? So I'm just going to go out of exclusive mode. Sorry about this. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, so how exactly do you exit out of this, this root here? You want to go back. So there are three ways of doing this actually. So the first way, as you saw, is to type Control Shift T, which opens up a new terminal tab, and then you have your, your name, in this case Michael at KayKademy, rather than root at KayKademy. So this is step one. Step two is to open a new terminal altogether, and you could do this by pressing Control Alt T. Or the third way, which makes you look cooler, is by typing SU and then the username. So in this case, Michael. And then when you hit enter, it's going to go back, and then we'll see this root stuff right here. So all you have to do is just press CD, and then type CD, and then you're back. So now you can play your terminal. And so this pretty much does it on how to enable full screen. How to install BackBox 5.2 Linux. BackBox Linux 5.2, on VMware Workstation Pro 14, 2019, and how to configure, pretty much every basic stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like this video, and share this video and subscribe to my channel if you feel like. And thank you for watching once more, and goodbye.